Hey everyone, this is Rabdeer's blog at Animation Bliss, and welcome to another animated news corner. So today's animated news I'm going to be talking about today is the revival of Rocko's More Life. Now Nickelodeon has been talking about doing a revival for Rocko's More Life, and in this video I'd like to give out my opinions about what I think about this revival. But before I give out my opinions about this revival, I would like to read out this article by Collider discussing about the revival of Rocko's More Life. So let's see what they have here. There has been a huge resurgence from Nickelodeon recently. In addition to various cast reunions, including from the All That crowd and host Mark Summers' return to Double Dare for a quick bout at Comic-Con, Rugrats, Doug, and Ren and Stimpy are getting series reboots, while Legends of the Hidden Temple, Hey Arnold, getting the TV movie treatment. The next Nicktoon to join the fray is Rocko's More Life. The cartoon about your typical talking animated wallaby first aired in 1993, following previous Nicktoon debuts of Rugrats, Doug, and Ren and Stimpy in 1991. It followed a similar pattern for this rebooted run, as Rocko's was announced after the previous three. While the combat won't be for another series, Nickelodeon announced today that Rocko's will be getting an hour-long TV special with all the characters you remember, including Rocko's steel friend Heifer, Rocko's dog Spunky, a turtle named Filbert, and his neighbors Mr. and Mrs. Bighead. Creator Joe Murray, who will executive produce and co-direct the special, said in a statement, "I'm very happy to be rejoining Rocko and my friends from Old Town again. What I have found by bringing these characters back is not so much about nostalgia, but a sense that they still feel relevant and fresh to me. And after 20 years, they can't wait to comment on modern life in the 21st century. They still have a lot to say." So, what are my thoughts about Rocko finally getting a revival after all these years? Well, I'm actually really excited. Well, I have mixed feelings about this, I will admit. Part of me is excited to see Rocko back on TV again. Another half of me is a little worried about what they're going to do with a rebooted Rocko. So I'll talk about the pros about this revival. I hope they take the route about having Rocko and the gang comment on what society is like in the 2010s. I feel like the way they made social commentaries about the 90s back then wouldn't be no different than making a social commentary in the 2010s. So I feel like it's a way to make this show still relevant by having these characters comment on the things that's going on in the 2000s like they did in the 90s. So I'm interested to see what the characters have to say about the current century. I like to see how they make fun of 2010 society like they did with the 90s society, and just see how much has changed, from how much society has changed from the 90s to the 2010s, and maybe we can see it through the eyes of these characters and what they all have to go through. So what I would like to see in the revival is see how Rocko and the gang handle being in the 2010s America versus being in the 90s in America. So it would be really interesting to see where they're going to take the show next with this. So about my worries about this revival, I'm worried about them taking out all the adult humor that the original series had. Like, what I love so much about the original series was the fact that they allowed so many dirty jokes and adult jokes into the writing without making the kids like bat an eye about what that joke is all about, but have the adults really smile about what the jokes is all about. So I hope this is still the same show that's allowing all that adult humor into the writing, but still presented in like a tongue-in-cheek way that kids would still enjoy even if they didn't understand the joke. So I hope they keep all the adult humor in this revival, and be like, so the adults will be like, how in the world do they sneak all of that in there? So that's what I'm hoping to see in this revival. But all in all, I am interested to see what direction this revival is going to, and I hope if this revival is successful, I hope they revive other Nicktoons like the Angry Beavers or Cat Dog or Wild Thornberries down the line. So it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do with Rocket Power, since that's the type of show that has that 90s sports lingo. How will it change with the kids doing the 2010s lingo, or how the speech patterns have changed since the 90s. So I'm interested to see what they're going to do with Rocket Power. They decide to revive Rocket Power down the line. But I hope this is kind of successful, just so I can see, what they're going to do with the other Nicktoons and how they're going to revive them, and what stays and what goes, and far as content goes. So, what are your thoughts about this news? Are you excited for the new revival for Rocko's Modern Life, or are you kind of like not excited about this, and are you kind of worried that they're going to mess up this revival of a great show, or they're going to change so much as not like the same Rocko's Modern Life we all grew up loving? So, what are your opinions about all of that? Please feel free to comment below, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter so we can keep you updated any new videos we post up, and also like our Facebook page. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Rabbit's blog at Animation Bliss, and I'll see you later.